Tori them talk say, make we off mind. But thank God say, Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you ladder. Oh, yo, yo, Maiyegun don't come. Oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout. Oh, yo, yo.
Maiyegun don't come. Oh, yo, yo. Once you know that is a coded message, Obasanjo was very clear. How many of you remember that? When OPC was moving mad in Yoruba land in the early 2000s. And Obasanjo wanted to show that even though I'm a Yoruba man, no, I'm not going to go and make deal with OPC and start paying them money. They are burning Yoruba people's houses. They are burning Yorubas in their own reaction that they are looking for Fulani and all of that. You are destroying Yoruba property. You are destroying Yoruba land. We're not going to let that happen. Obasanjo came out with his full chest and he said this.
Police have acted according to the instruction they have been given that any criminal should be shot at sight. But now they have even got additional instruction. Anybody who calls himself OPC should be arrested, or if he doesn't give himself to arrest, he should be shot at sight. We cannot allow this country to be taken over by hoodlums and criminals.
That was Obasanjo as president. Where is that Buhari that told you to shoot aside? I would love to see him, even though he's not here, which we all know, right? It is a bobo from Garbage Shehu. Garbage Shehu gave a media press and said, President Buhari said, Nigerian army should shoot anyone aside if they see them with AK-47. So don't go and celebrate that. I have something that picked up because I'm going to go to your state. Seyi Makinde, if you are watching me, because I've been told that you've got your guys who also plugged in on Maiyegun's diary. Somehow, tell them. So all of you are going to watch this and talk to Seyi Makinde. I have a message for you. But before we get to that, I want you to listen to what Otom had to say about the Fulani terrorists and what they get when they commit crime. Government of Nigeria move to negotiate with them. When it is other region, before you even commit it, they say intent to commit. Watch this.
And so I want to commend Mr. President for the order that I heard he has already given that any Nigerian or non-Nigerian with AK-47 should be shot. They find you going about with AK-47. You should be dealt with. And I think that is the way to go. That is what we were expecting. And that is why I wrote to Mr. President. And that is why I was criticizing that there should be no sacred cow in this country. What is good for the goose is also good for the gander. And so everyone should be the same. That is all. Equity, fairness, and justice. Once that is done, we have no problem. So I commend Mr. President. You must be decisive. And that was why I say you should wake up before it is late. Allowing foreign Fulani herdsmen to come and destroy our country. And I prefer that I will say the truth. Even if God permits I'll die, I'm okay. But let the truth be told. The Bible says that you shall know the truth and the truth will set you free. It is only truth that can set us free in this country. Let nobody be deceived. Those sycophants and mediocres who are praise singers, and when you say something that is true, they will go after you, start insulting you, instead of talking about those issues that you have raised. Shame to them. Now President
Autumn is having his own moment. He said, don't talk. But the thing is, where is the president that said that? That's the question. Where is Buhari? The last time we saw him, it was with fake Pastor RUGA or Shibade. You remember? Now, the second time we have seen him, I don't know if you have seen this. The guy is talking about writing a book.
Some people said I should write a book. I don't think I will ever write a book. Mainly, I don't want to hurt anybody. Hurting in the sense that there are certain people that I cannot resist abusing. But that hasn't got to do it hasn't got anything to do with their children and their grandchildren. So I don't want to hurt their children and grandchildren. So for the sake of their children and grandchildren, I have left them.
It's an old video, by the way. I just wanted to say, well, may God won't write book. I don't even know what he's going to write in the book. Somebody said MC Oluomo also wrote a book. So why can't they write one for Buhari and all of that? Where is the Buhari that gave you the order? Okay, here is this. We received the news that Seyi Makinde traveled to Kwara State to go and see the governor of Kwara State. And it is simply because there were some Fulani herdsmen and their families that ran away from Ibarapa and all those forests that, in fact, for about 4 local government areas where these forest covers. So when the people reacted, after years of reporting to government about what they were facing in the hands of these settlers, nobody knows them. People, according to the report, people welcomed them. Some of them have been there for 5, 10 years until Buhari came to power. Immediately Buhari came to power, suddenly, Fulanis who have settled in Oke-Ogun area, Ibarapa, Ayete, Igogon area of Oyo State, about 4 local government areas there, they didn't live in the communities. They did not move into the communities around those forests. They took over the forest, settled there, started raising their cows. And that's what people knew them for. Until 6 years ago, when APC, Egbekegbe, became the government in Nigeria. People started witnessing strange movements, increased the numbers of the of people arriving at different Fulani camps. Our people even gave them names. They called them Abule Bororo. Abule Bororo means, you see, when you cross the river over there, there are some Bororos. We call them Bororos because of the color of their skins, as they are more brighter, like light-skinned. That's how much our people knew about who they are and when they came in. Abule Bororo. But what our people have no idea of is that inside that Abule Bororo, they have their own government there. They have people called Seriki Fulani. And Seriki Fulani is like the king in a kingdom. There is no record that this land was sold to them at any point in time by any family or allocated to them by government. So there was no recognition of government or regard to government. But according to the people, there has never been any time as volatile as this, which started 6 years ago. So people just minded their business. Some even transacted with them, going in there, buying cows, buying their livestock, and all of that. Until 6 years ago, when villagers, communities started having problems with these Bororos. It's like communities who are who are known for growing food, growing crops and all of that in their different on their different farms. They don't have anything to do with cows. They hold no responsibility to any other. The forest is big enough, possibly to at least feed their cows, but like an act of intentional provocation, they started attacking the farms. Maize farms, beans farms, name it, crops, cassava, anything, yams. Stories started filtering in. How the audacity and the scale at which these attacks increased. So people thought, well, this is unusual. We're going to report to the police. For 6 years, these people were reporting, asking for help. Seyi Makinde, the governor of Oyo State, campaigned on this promise. I will protect the people of Okeogun from those incessant invaders. That was the word he used on his campaign trail. He said he was going to protect them. Ajimobi, who promised them the same thing, for 4 years, Ajimobi played them because Ajimobi belonged to APC, Egbekegbe, and any attack on Fulani is attack, or on Buhari is attack on the northern Nigeria, which is a lie. In year 2000, a disgraced General Buhari was in Ibadan to meet the governor of Oyo State then, Lamadeshina. That was the moment when democracy started. And the people started having some clashes. Trespassers trespassing onto people's farms in Yoruba land. These clashes, Yoruba repelled the Fulanis, who decided to wage war on them, and were able to tame them. And somehow we had some Yoruba governors who somehow had Yoruba attacks back then. Not anymore, unfortunately. Buhari traveled to Ibadan to go and meet the governor of Oyo State, Lamadeshina, late Lamadeshina now, and said the question he asked him was, "Why are your people killing my people?" What was that? What was that supposed to mean? Well, somebody just gave me a correction there. They said it was in 1999. Why are your people killing my people? That was the question. Buhari's people are the Fulani invaders who were fighting their host, the people of Oyo State. And because they had no military, they had no police, they had no air force, they had no DSS, they had nobody to cover their back. Because it is not that they can actually fight or defeat anybody. They just need that federal might to protect them and their interests, and they can go ahead and do whatever they like. They had no such power in 1999, 2000. Buhari had to travel down to see if he could throw his weight around and make the governor of Oyo State give his people some leverage to trample upon Yoruba people in Oyo State. Seyi Makinde campaigned to protect the people of Okeogun, the interest of Oyo people. He started Amotekun. Now, Amotekun can only bite. Amotekun can no longer bark. I'm sorry, Amotekun can only bark. Amotekun can no longer bite. Seyi Makinde, after this whole thing, Seyi Makinde and his government jumped into the propaganda. Seyi Makinde politicized the insecurity problem. Seyi Makinde is now interested in RUGA. What is RUGA? There is something called the National Policy on Livestock, blah, 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 nonsense. Don't let them deceive you. It is RUGA, rural grazing areas. So what they put together as livestock, blah, 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 nonsense is that the government of a state, every state in Nigeria, they will provide money. They will provide land. So the money they will provide will be to build facilities for Fulani herdsmen. Okay? Fulani herdsmen in every state in Nigeria must have RUGA. And that RUGA is that they must have settlement given to them by government. Settlement of land. God knows how many acres. It's a beautiful idea, but it is a forceful idea. A condition for peace. Now, a Yoruba man is taking that deal now, Seyi Makinde. So they are going to allocate land in areas across Oyo State, whereby they are going to build ranches. They are going to build schools. They are going to build hospitals. They are going to build security posts and every modern facilities. And they will then hand them over to a leader of Fulani in that state. That settlement will be called the Fulani settlement, but they will name it. They will bring you this funny name. But what they are doing is that they are legalizing that RUGA in a different way as a condition for peace. Seyi Makinde has agreed to bring back all the Fulani who ran away from the forest of Oyo State to the forest of Kwara State, because the Kwara State government have no plan. But let me ask you this question, okay? When they started the idea of RUGA, which is a very brilliant idea, but it shouldn't be anyway forceful, you would expect the 19 states in northern Nigeria to be the pioneers of this beautiful idea. For the first time, they can build RUGA settlements, thousands of acres of land, build schools, modern schools, hospitals, infrastructures, houses. That's part of what Seyi Makinde will build. They have to build houses for them. They are not going to live in it's not going to be forest anymore. That is the new idea. National policy on livestock, blah, blah, blah. Buhari's government has no policy for national livestock. There is no money for it. This idea is to placate the AK-47 wielding Fulani terrorists in Nigeria, okay? So ask yourself, why is Sokoto, Kaduna, Kano, Jigawa, Yobe, Zamfara, Kebbi, all these places, why are they not building the RUGA for 6 years to make sure that an average Fulani has enough irrigation? Where, you know, when you build that RUGA, let me tell you what that is, It's like building a new estate. You know, when people want to build estates, there is no way they will build estates that they want to sell or rent out. That they would they won't build a sewage system, that they won't build a water system, that they won't build a power system, that they won't build security system. Sure, you know, they will build water. So, which means if northern governors, if they have been building new estates, building new houses, as they have been telling their people, how come that out of 19 states in northern Nigeria, there's no single one that has built a RUGA that is all of these facilities inclusive? Ask yourself. I mean, if you are a Yoruba man, condemning Sunday Igboho. If you are an Igbo man, condemning Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for ESN, ask yourself, for those of you asking people why, what is wrong if Fulani Asman is allowed to stay in the forest, what is wrong? Ask yourself, if the people in power, I'm even talking to you now, maybe you are even a Fulani man who is more enlightened, who doesn't really like what is going on. Because guys, let me be honest with you, to be sincere, do not use blanket statements whenever we are referring to the demagogues, the fanatics from the northern Nigeria who actually support this madness going on. Don't use blanket statements. There are reasonable northerners. There are sensible northerners. Maybe we don't have them in large numbers who are speaking up, using their own different platforms to educate people, educate their own people as well. But ask yourself, if you are a Fulani man, an Hausa man, they are, you see, the Miyetiala that doesn't have any farm, Miyetiala that doesn't contribute to the safety of an average northerner. No contribution. What Miyetiala is contributing to the life of an average northerner is terrorism, aiding and abetting terrorism, encouraging terrorism, opening safety nets, creating safety nets for terrorists. That is the contribution of Miyetiala to the northern Nigeria. Okay? So ask yourself as a northerner, if you are watching me right now, if RUGA, if the intention is to protect an average Fulani man, to make an average Fulani man a successful Fulani man in his own pastoralist business, they want him to be safe. It is true that there are cattle rustlers, criminals who attack Fulanis and their cows in Nigeria. It is true, guys. It is true. Okay? There are criminals, there are organized criminals who go after Fulani and their cows. Yeah? And they rush to them. They kill the Fulani man. They steal his cow and they sell the cow away. This is true. It is part of the organized criminality in Nigeria. And it is also a proof of inefficient, incompetent criminals who are handling government in Nigeria. Now, let us now take a look at it this way. If that Fulani governor, if that Fulani senator, if that Fulani president, if that Fulani general truly love a Fulani man, truly want to protect a Fulani man, how come that there is no single state in northern Nigeria that has successfully built one single RUGA and successfully relocated and resettled Fulani families in those RUGA in the last 60 years? Ask yourself. If this one want to talk about it, they will say it's a beautiful idea. I agree. Before you will make me a Yoruba man, agree that RUGA that my own state will use the state money to build in order to stop roaming of cows. Before you can convince me that my state governor must build one for a Fulani man from Niger Republic, from Chad, from Kebbi, from Zamfara, from Sokoto, from Niger State, from Adamawa, a Fulani man that is more home, he will feel more at home if Adamawa state governor actually love that Fulani man and his family and his survivor. If Adamawa state governor can come out and say, we have built successfully a RUGA and we have successfully resettled this so number of Fulani herdsmen. Therefore, we have started a program to disarm them too. Ask yourself, why are the northern criminal governors telling us in southern Nigeria to accept killer herdsmen, or they will starve you of food? Yet no single one of them has built one single RUGA in the last 6 years. Ask yourself why. And let's go back to your state. Seyi Makinde wants to be the nice man. There's nothing being nice. Everything is nice, being nice. But everything is wrong. Being nice to placate terrorists. Seyi Makinde told us that they have done so well to identify criminals perpetuating oh, Wale, please don't ruin it, please. It's good. It's always good to be good, and it's nice to be nice. But what is not right is that when they begin to call you Mr. Nice, something is probably wrong. It shouldn't be a Mr. Nice. Mr. Nice or being nice shouldn't be. It shouldn't be I mean, what do you call it? It shouldn't be a title. Yeah, it shouldn't be a title. It should just be an act, something you do without even knowing that you are doing it. So what is wrong is that don't let them call you Mr. Nice. Mr. Nice is like you are a fool. The boy is nice. Eh? Seyi Makinde, you are being nice at the expense of the lives of the people. And that is an expensive nicety. Yeah, it is an expensive one. It's a costly one. And you cannot be politically correct. You can't sit with criminals and tell us to keep, to never worry. I mean, even where they said shoot aside, the criminals don't they don't have any regard for your authority. They are still kidnapping people. They are still killing people. Then what the hell? Well, where the hell? Where in hell is this coming from? From Seyi Makinde? You started Amotekun. We expected you to have intel that will show to us today that you have done so well. Amotekun is so reliable. Now we have seen those who are terrorizing our people. We have seen nobody. We have seen none of that. We have seen no work of Amotekun. Our people are still being kidnapped, waylaid, ambushed in Oyo State. And you are doing everything to make sure that they don't share their story. Tell Seyi Makinde. Tell Seyi Makinde, it is not going to end well. There is consequences. I mean, there will be consequences. The consequences will be costly. Where is this coming from? Oyo State is going to build RUGA. Seyi Makinde, who boldly came out and he said, I have met with my brother, Abdul Rahman, in Kwara. Abdul Rahman had no money. He has no money to build RUGA in Kwara. Kwara is north central of Nigeria. Many of our people in Kwara, they feel comfortable being associated with the north. There's nothing bad in that. But can they build RUGA for them? I mean, build RUGA for them. Go and rebuild the houses of our people destroyed in Okeogun, Ibarapa, Ayete, and all of those areas. Arrest those terrorizing our people. Stop going into bed with them. It get consequences, so it will have consequences. Some people are already saying they will see how Seyi Makinde will pull it through to still be a governor after 2023. I'm like, maybe he's going to be the last governor for your state, Nigeria. Some of the Yoruba governors of today, maybe they are going to be the last governors of Yoruba governors of Nigeria. A lot is going to happen before 2023. Because they are going into bed with terrorists. They want to use the machinery of state to suppress their own people from talking about it. In another few months, they are likely going to make me, Maiyegun, a persona non grata in some states in Yoruba land. Don't be surprised. You know why? Because we'll continue to let them know that whatever decision they are going into, as counterproductive as it's going to be, it will have consequences. People are going to be killed. Yes. People are going to be turned to refugees. And there is no way we're going to pray our way out of it. And there's no way we're going to blame somebody else for this but ourselves. So maybe in another few months, before your 2023, my message will be too strong for them to take in. Maybe I'm going to have broken so many records, viewing records, reach records, everywhere, that my messages will be so strong, too strong, and too uncomfortable for them. And I know I'm not going to be alone. They are already doing it. Sunday Igboho's voice is becoming too strong for them to take in. Sunday Igboho is now being identified as the problem, the one making people feel like they have to question every step of the government, suspect the government. We don't trust you anymore. We don't. We don't trust Seyi Makinde anymore. We don't trust Dapo Abiodun anymore. We don't trust, I'm rather going to use his name, Jide Sanwo-Olu anymore. We don't trust Gboyega Oyetola anymore. We barely trust Akeredolu now. We don't even trust Fayemi at all. He is the architect. He is the brain behind this old machination. And they are not giving up because of 2023. We don't trust them. And to be honest, my message too can become too powerful, too strong, that they may make me a persona non grata in Yoruba land. I am not in a hurry to return. I have enough message that I have given life to in Yoruba land. It doesn't matter if you agreed with me or not. My messages are becoming, or they are gaining a life of their own. You know that, yeah? I have people who really believe in me and every word I say. And the number is growing. Yes. So I am not in a rush. My messages are gaining life of their own from all around the world. You can't deny that. It's going to get better. It's going to get bigger. It's going to get stronger. It's going to become more unstoppable. And Maiyegun, your Maiyegun, I will be the face on it all. To tell Yorubas, to continue to tell you that until those who have the opportunity to speak on behalf of Yoruba, those who have the opportunity to continue to parade themselves as Yoruba this, Yoruba that, to let them know that every action they take, every decision they make, we know, and we will remind everyone of the consequences of those actions, and we will hold them responsible for those actions, whatever it's going to take. They will pay for every of their decisions that they are making now. One of them is to say, if the intention is to stylishly, fraudulently, systematically hoodwink, shortchange, and force Yoruba to accept a conditional citizenship that you are trying to do right there, Seyi Makinde, we will ask you, listen, guys, anyone can be against anyone because they disagree with them. It is not a competition, okay? One day, we will find a common ground. This is not a competition. This is not a sprint. It is not a relay. It is a marathon. You're going to run and run and run yours and run yours. You're going to get tired at some point. You're probably going to die and leave. Others are going to continue because it is a marathon. This is a generational war of information. It's like info war. So if Seun Kuti is against Sunday Igboho, probably he disagrees with his, it doesn't mean that he's against what Sunday Igboho is for. Do you understand? Don't see this as a competition. That's why I don't like people seeing this as a competition. Somebody is this, somebody is better. Somebody says this and that. Our words are really, really very powerful these days. And we are all getting that attention enough to mind what we say because people listen to us. I understand. But we also hold the responsibility as supporters, as fans, to know something. That it is all right, it is okay for people you see out there to disagree. Do you get that? It is all right. Nothing is wrong in that. You don't hate people for that, okay? You don't stop supporting them because they disagree with people you agree with. No. You're not going to be learning anything if you do that. You won't. It is not a competition. It's not about who is better, who says it's better. I was reading somewhere where they said Adeyinka Grandiot was attacking Sunday Igboho. It's unfortunate for the kind of person he is. But again, time, for the way I see life, I am somebody who believes so much in time. I always believe that time will take care of everything. Everything. I believe so much in that. And time will unravel the trueness in everyone. So I don't judge. I don't go into competitions. I don't expect too much. I don't expect less. I just let it flow with time. If we are all here to educate and share information in a way that, we're going to learn one or two things about what we strongly believe in, don't expect everybody to agree with you. You can wake up tomorrow and somebody will say, I disagree with that. I choose a different path because I know that the only way to keep everybody together is to let them know that nothing you learn from anybody is a waste, especially if it's going to help you make a decision on vital conversations like what we are having on Maiyegun's diary. You need to listen to everybody. Spend 10 minutes. You don't need to spend an hour watching a video. Spend 10 minutes, spend 15 minutes. Just see other people's opinions. You're not going to agree with them all the time. It's even dangerous if you agree with them all the time. It's not good. But don't see it as a competition. right? Everybody is fighting a system that is making all of us problem solvers. That's why I don't present myself as somebody who is intelligent. Oh, I read a lot, and I have a mind that remembers a lot. So maybe the gift I have is that I remember things, and like a snake with long memory. I don't know if that's actually a very good thing to say about myself, but yeah, I've got long memory. I remember things, and I know how to connect and dot lines. You know what I'm talking about? It's not a competition. Don't see it as that. Show us support where you have to show it to us, right? And when we say things you don't agree with, well, just see it as one of the days. Seun Kuti is a friend, is a visitor, a guest on Maiyegun's diary. So are many other people that we don't agree with. There are many of you who listen to Maiyegun's diary that you don't really agree with me on many things, but you enjoy having this chat because you learn a lot from here. We share information just to learn. And at the end of the day, we have an army of educated, informed people. So that when you are discussing about the Dual Republic, people will not be saying nonsense. They will be saying things that are really reasonable, things that will get you interested in having a chat with them, possibly agree with them and say, wow, I never thought about the Dual Republic that way. Same way many of you would never listen to diaspora, to listen to Biafra radio or listen to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I don't listen to him all the time, I have to confess, but I do listen to him. I do. And when I spend 10, 15 minutes on his videos, on his broadcast, I just, it gives me an idea, an insight into his mindset, into how he come by his theory, And I completely agree with him. There are things he said that I don't agree with. But I respect them because I gave myself the chance to listen to them, listen to him. So if Seun Kuti comes out and abuse and attack Sunday Igboho, don't worry. There are many people who have attacked Omoyele Sowore. They still attack him today. There are many of them who are now agreeing with him. It's a vice versa. I've always wanted to say this, and I'm glad I'm able to say it now. Because somebody mentioned Seun Kuti saying something about Sunday Igboho. Don't expect them to agree all the time. Don't. You don't agree with people all the time, do you? Do people agree with you all the time? Of course not. Therefore, make it an open-minded conversation. Do you get that now? It helps you. It helps everyone. Don't go into conversation. Don't approach people with preconceived mindset of this is who he is. I expect him to be like that. You'll be disappointed. And your presumption will be justified. But you will lose something. You will never know their true person. Do you get that now? And we need to do this. We need to do this with our minds, talk to ourselves. This has nothing to do with, being intelligent or smart. I might be able to say it, and I'm glad I'm able to say it. Some of you may be able to say it better. Maybe if you approach every issue like that, it will help you. Don't approach it because the people who are talking about it are people you don't agree with. Approach it because you want to say you want to see what they want to say. It helps. The government is the reason why we are all having this conversation. Politicians, people we entrusted, we gave them the trust. We believed they could make decisions on our behalf, protect us, make economic decisions, protect the treasury, unite us, make all of us feel like a country. But they have failed in that. You know it. I know it. The country is already tattered. No matter what you're trying to do in your small closet, it's gone. It's broken. Because as you are trying to do that, they are doing worse. They continue to use all these fault lines, religion, tribe, all this manner of these things Now, if you have all this preconceived mind or mindset about things, about issues, about people, when issue pops up, you're not going to make an informed decision. You're going to make irrational decisions that are going to look like smart decisions. They're not smart. You know, so this thing varies, by the way. But I just wanted to say this. I'm not going to tell you what to think. I'm not gonna tell you how to think, okay? Think how you want to think. You know what I mean? Do what you think is right. But let me tell you something. If you really want to enjoy that life where you can think freely, you can do what you like, you don't want anyone to tell you what to do, that free thinking mindset comes with a responsibility. You will be responsible for every action you make. And that's what I say. For every action, there is always going to be consequences, and only you will be responsible for that. Unfortunately, when you give that responsibility of that decision making to politicians, and they make that decisions on your behalf, give amnesty to terrorists, steal your money and take it abroad, take away all your rights. You can't say this, you can't say that, and all of that, and you agree. Who is going to be responsible? Do you know? You. Because if you lose the right to question them, then you don't lose the right to be responsible for their actions. When they release terrorists, and the terrorists continue to kidnap and kill people, and they continue to release them and give them money, and there you are still listening to their ideas. They are still telling you that they have figured it out. They know the solution. The consequences of that, the price for that is being paid by you, because you have already handed over that legitimacy to them. So I'm not going to tell you how to think. I'm just going to tell you that there is always consequences for every action. So if your own decision is to continue to let politicians do this to us, tell you when to discuss Oduduwa Republic and when not to discuss it, who to discuss it and who not to discuss it. Don't blame everybody. Don't blame anyone. Blame yourself. If you join the bandwagon of those who are in this for the attention, there are many, many of us who are into this. They are enjoying the attention. Unfortunately, many of us didn't join for the attention. I joined this. I am a veteran. And some people said, Maiyegun, you do this with so ease. You are called to do this. You don't know. You don't know what it takes me to get here. Probably you have no idea, but I have friends who know. They saw me struggle through bullying, threats, and all of that for years. For me to be able to now sit down here and speak to you confidently, like without having to read it anywhere, it's a sacrifice I paid. So if you think the attention I get today really matters to me more than the reason why I started this, then you don't know me. Do you understand? My job is not to convince you to do the right thing. My own job, which I have dedicated my own life, is just to remind you that for whatever action, directly or indirectly, that you endorse, there's always going to be a consequence for it, personally or publicly. If you know this, you will know the best peace in your life. Yoruba land deserves to be protected, but we also deserve to have an army of educated people. And as we all know, education of today is beyond the four walls of your classroom. They won't teach you this in the classroom, would they? Of course they won't. Nobody will tell you that it is all right that your government releasing terrorists, giving amnesty to terrorists, giving or rewarding criminality will one day lead to you negotiating for your own life, your land or your life. They won't teach you that in the classroom. So it's my job to remind you, no matter how old you are. I've got grandmas, grandpas on Maiyegun's diary. They love Maiyegun. They call me their son. I'm a son to so many mothers and so many fathers. You know that? They have adopted me. You know why? Because they see the genuinity in me. I have come a long way. And I didn't come this far just to be hyped, just to be praised, just to be told how good I am, just to be told how great I am doing. I want you to begin to use what I have been telling you. Don't see me as that young man, that young boy. If you believe in what I've been telling you, put them to practice. Yorubas need liberation. Yes, Yorubas, we also need educated citizens who knows why they need liberation. We don't need a population or we don't need Yorubas who believe only that once they pray to God, God will give them Oduduwa Republic. I don't think so. I want Yorubas who can think outside the box, and we are many. We just need to begin to separate that our religion mind, that religious mind, separate it. You have every right to it. I respect it. It's even great that you have that mindset that you can pray. You know what I'm talking about? Some of us don't know how to really pray like some of you. You know, you'll be in a room with some of our brothers and sisters, our mommies and daddies. When they start praying, oh, the prayer points, you'll just be at another realm, another. It's good, but we need more than that. We need fast thinkers. We need educated, enlightened citizens. We need army of young Yorubas that will not kowtow the path of their own parents who believed it go better, it go better, it go better when they know that it no go better. Do you understand that now? I have dedicated myself doing that. So you should begin to help me. What should you do? Hmm? Don't just watch me. Don't just hype me. Don't just love this. Leave it. Leave Maiyegun. I mean, leave my messages. Stop giving excuses. Stop. Please. Stop seeing impossibilities. Stop seeing the lacunas, the barrier. Why Oduduwa Republic is impossible. Stop. Please. Stop. Stop for a moment. Think about living in a society that truly represents you and you, a just society where equality reigns, where no Yoruba is more Yoruba than any other Yoruba. Something that connects you without the blackmail of Nigeria, without the brainwash of Nigeria, without that thing that connects you to Nigeria right now. Think. That's my job. If you have been asking, Maiyegun, what is your real job? My job is to get you to think freely and see the possibility. When we begin to have the generation, the populace that believe in Oduduwa Republic, they will think how to take us out of Nigeria. Good enough. We have that citizens. We have that people who can do that thinking. We just need to coordinate them. We just need to find them. We just need to tell them that you are needed now. The time of your doubt is over. Yorubas need that united front. The current political class cannot give it to us. It is time for you to come out of your shell. It is time. It is time. And that's why I'm going to draw it tonight. Thank you very much for your time. To all of you who tuned in today. If you haven't liked Maiyegun, if you haven't really clicked on that thumb up at the bottom of the video, maybe you should do it now that we're rounding up. I'm going to do two things. One, you do this for me. Subscribe if you haven't. If you want to join my membership base, join Maiyegun's Diary membership base. You will see the join button at the bottom of your video as well. You can become a member of my page, apart from a subscribed follower. Yes, you can. Grateful. I'm so grateful to these wonderful people who actually love Maiyegun that much. See, I never bargained for this. I just wanted to talk. I just wanted to vent my anger, my rage against the system put together to deny us the real life that we should have simply because we are part of Nigeria. They don't want to have a chat about it. They don't want to have that conversation. They want to kill us for asking questions. I just want to vent. I didn't know that there will be a day that I'm going to have you, my friends, that will follow me everywhere, spread my messages, and even subscribe to my channel. Become a paying member of Maiyegun's Diary Politico. This is not what I bargained for. I just wanted to vent my anger. Now that I have your attention, just know this. I am not taking that for granted. If you haven't really subscribed to my page, my channel, do it. Sign in into your Google account and subscribe to Maiyegun's Diary Politico. Set all the notifications on, and I'll always be here for you.
See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you ladder, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo.
Maiyegun don't come, oh